And good morning. It is Wednesday. We have made it halfway through the week. My voice is getting a little stronger as we go each day. Thank heaven. Once it's tough to do without your voice. I still got a little bit there. But hopefully in another day or so it'll be tons better. Thank you all for the well wishes there. As we begin today, we've dropped to 66. We started out around 68 about a couple of 3 hours ago. We're down to about 66 as the sunlight is already out. Daybreak is happening as we get ready for a wonderful day. Midweek, Collinsville Volunteer Fire Department is coming in this morning at 7. They're going to tell us all about Collinsville Day. That's big. I don't know if y'all have ever been to this event before, but everybody and their third cousin that was once removed comes to this event. It's big. Hope you'll come out and enjoy yourself with this. We always do. Janice, good morning. Jerome Lee is up, y'all. Act right out there on your highways. We'll have your forecast and a lot of these headlines that are shaping America. Did anybody, and I was tied up, I had to read the overview, but 100 days in office, did anybody catch those interviews last night? That happened. The president said a lot of things straight. Oh boy, he's never a man for a lack of words, is he? We'll talk about some of that coming up here at the Scotty Ray Report. First, let's go get us a good word to start this day out. As Don Williams would say, Lord, I hope this day is good. Let's get a good message.
Every Halloween, we are inundated with all these scary movies coming out to the theaters. Look, I've never cared for them. I'm too big of a chicken. But lots of folks enjoy a controlled situation like that where they can get scared. It's thrilling. It's an adrenaline rush. But so much of that is just fantasy horror, things that have no bearing in reality. So if you want to read something truly horrifying, truly real life, look no further than 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10 through 12. There it talks about the judgment of God falling on those who rejected the love of truth. And for that reason, God sends upon them a deluding influence so that they'll believe what's false in order that they all may be judged. All those who didn't believe the truth but took pleasure in unrighteousness. Look, y'all, that's a scary passage. It's essentially God sealing their fate. He's saying, you don't want me? You don't want truth? You'd rather have unrighteousness? Then that's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you all you want and more. And so he punishes their rebellion by cementing them in their rebellion. It's what Romans 1 calls being given over by God to sin. It's like the punishment God proclaimed through prophet Isaiah on a generation of the Israelites in Isaiah 6. Go and tell this people, he said, keep on hearing but don't understand. Keep on seeing but do not know. Render their hearts insensitive, their ears dull, their eyes dim, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their hearts and return and be healed. Beloved, that's an absolutely horrifying thought. Listen, sin's nothing to be played with, and God at any moment could pass judgment on you. He doesn't have to wait until you die. In your rejection, in your rebellion, in your love for unrighteousness, he could seal you in condemnation. So I beg you, don't ignore the opportunity the Lord's given you. Don't push him away. Turn from sin and unrighteousness. Receive the truth. Embrace Jesus before God's righteous judgment falls on you. And it'll be everlastingly too late. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie getting ready to come in at 7. We have a big show lined up with that. I hope you'll join us for that. We just had a dense fog advisory go into effect, so if you're leaving home, be prepared for this. Let's go straight to radar and take a look at this. And this is going to last until 10 a.m. And it's a lot of thick fog moving into the area as we look to the south of us. Clark County, there's portions of it where you probably can't see the courthouse. As we move into Jasper, the same as we go south. It gets a little bit heavier here. Look at this around Hattiesburg. All this around Richton, Mississippi, McLean, Beaumont, New Augusta there, where 57 and 98 meet. Y'all be careful. Purvis, Mississippi, all through here from Poplarville through Purvis, Mississippi there on 59. Use caution and more caution. Mobile under this, and also south of Montgomery as well this morning. Now, Lauderdale and all of this is included in this, all this gray area back to Natchez, to Vicksburg, and it follows I-20. So you will be affected by this at some point during this morning. Again, this runs until 10 a.m. today, so use caution as you're out and about. More and more of that. Let's see here. Arnold is up. We see a lot of folks up and at 'em today. John, how are you doing there? Some folks from far away watching today. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this. Peggy, I see you too. As we begin our headlines, we talked about this briefly. I think it was Monday. A Wisconsin judge trying to hide a fugitive. Do y'all remember that conversation? Well, if you're a judge, you have to abide by the laws of the Constitution. You can't pick and bend the law, although we see it every day. The United States needs to be here, and I think most agree with that. There are going to be some that go left of center. Wisconsin Supreme Court has suspended a judge accused of helping a man evade immigration authorities. You can't do that in the public interest. She faces now 2 federal charges as we look at this. The FBI took Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dungan into custody last Friday morning at the courthouse. She's been charged with concealing an individual to prevent his discovery and arrest, obstructing, or impeding a proceeding. You can't do that. There was 2 judges last week that did that. There's probably more. If you see it, report it. It needs to be handled. You can't pick and choose this. Because I can bet you, if you will do this, there's other things that you'll bend the law on. You remember the picture where Justice was blind with the cloth over the eyes? I think they've cut holes in that. Kind of like the lone boy. Y'all know where I'm going with that. GM has nearly recalled 600,000 Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC cars due to a risk of engine failure. Now, these are the 6.2 engine, I believe it is. It's not the 5.3. It's the bigger engine in the Chevrolets. It goes from 2001 to 2024, saying the engines are quitting, knocking. If you've got one that makes sound, you've got that bigger GM motor, check with your dealer. They are now starting to send out these recall notices. If you've got one, make sure to get that fixed. That's going to be, now GM is saying it's only 3% of all cars that are out there that are going to be affected. 3% doesn't matter unless you're one of them, does it? Serious thing. Hope you can get that fixed. Now, I did not watch this last night because I was tied up. But 100 days in office, the president gave an interview. And I was telling Odie about this. In a heated moment, the guy that did the interview, I've never heard of him either, but in a heated, as this reported, we'll show you this, I was giving you the break of a lifetime. I picked you to do the interview, frankly, because I'd never heard of you. But you're not being very nice right now, is what he told him. Who is this guy? His name is Morgan, senior national correspondent for former Nightline and co-anchor. I've never heard of him either. And what was coming into question is this picture here. And again, this comes from Daily Mail. Have y'all seen this? To where it's on the hand, it says MS-13. It's kind of there. And as we look at this, we knew this would come up. And here's just some of the back and forth on this. President Trump said he has MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles. ABC says he had some tattoos. But they are interpreted that way. Trump says it says MS-13. ABC responded they were photoshopped. He responded, "Do you want me to show you the picture?" It's kind of obvious there. They were trying to say that it was. He's even admitted in other interviews it was MS-13. We'll leave it at that. He went on to tell him exactly what he thought. Some agree, some don't agree over this. Here's another line of that. Pete, that is now over, as we look at this, says, "Do you believe in Pete Hegseth?" 100%. Trump replied, they were trying to get him to corner him in on this, and he goes, I don't have 100% confidence in anything. It's a stupid question. Only a liar would say that. I don't have 100% confidence that we're going to finish this interview. That was pretty strong. That did happen last night. They did get through the interview.
You never leave going, I wonder what he meant.
Yeah, you don't have to wonder, as Odie said there, what Trump was thinking when you finish an interview with that. California, this is disheartening. They blocked a bill that would make sex trafficking of minors a felony. They stopped that. Why would you do that? Minors, that is felony worthy. They've blocked that in California. I had no idea about this. Robert De Niro, y'all know who I'm talking about, the famous actor. He's done a lot of good movies. Did y'all know I didn't know he had a son that has become a transgender at the age of 29. Isn't he also the same one that's got a child that's like a couple of months old or so?
I'm not sure.
I think he's got plenty. New York is planning on banning smartphones from schools, joining several other states doing that. During the classes, you can't have one. Uh-oh. I don't know how this is going to work. We could have some confusion going on. Trump has signed an executive order. We hinted at this a week or two ago because we hear it all the time. I know no English. No English. Well, if you drive a rig now, you got to know English. Executive order. We're going to have to start speaking English.
Hey, I think it's a great idea working these wrecks every day.
And we do. I do see that a lot. We have people that just... And you need to be able to read English, too, to know where you're going. It just... where the signs are. But, okay, we'll leave that alone there. Elon Musk has lost about 25% of his fortune. Can y'all believe that? He did give up a lot to go help out with this. He is now helping from a different location. He's no longer at the White House as May rolls in, just to keep you up to date on all that. L.A. got some city workers marching. They're on strike, day 2 of that. They want more money, but the problem is I don't think there is more money. What's that old saying of you can't get blood from a turnip?
Yeah.
If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. They've built a lot of, well, they've used it for other ways. Let me put it that way. Speaking of, we'll get to that later. Have y'all seen that new monument in Vicksburg that makes you scratch your head and go, what is that about? I saw a picture of it. What do they call that? Abstract art?
Yeah.
It's so abstract, I don't know what it is. It's in Vicksburg. I don't have a picture of it handy, but promise you, I don't know what it is. Delaware. Oh, this is awful. Suspects in an unrented rental van fatally strike one as they ran from police. Actually, they'd stole it and they hit someone, killed them. We see this more and more every day across America, don't we? This is one of those very, very touchy subjects that each American has a different opinion on. Have you ever been around somebody who was terminally ill? There was no way they were going to get better, and every breath they're in pain. Then there's the other side that makes you can't do that. New York Assembly has passed a bill to legalize assisted suicide for the terminally ill. How do you feel on that? As I said, there's lots of different thoughts on this. People do it for their pets when they're in pain. Should it be done on the other side? Something to think on. I can't sway your opinion one way or the other. It's for you to decide. But New York taking a step towards that. And usually that type of legislation spreads across the U.S. So we'll see where that goes as well. They have launched a formal investigation into what happened. I thought this Sanders kid was the only one that got prank calls. Apparently there were other players that got prank calls during this also. But they say it's the only way that they can get these numbers out and coaches can call these people. But that did happen there. Let's see what else we've got here. This is the first time I've seen this in New York City. Posing as cops. They go into a deli and rob it, dressed as cops. Put them all down. My, oh my, oh my. I can only think that Greg and Odie will get popcorn and watch this together. She's getting ready to make her first appearance and give her first national speech.
We're going to put this on the big screen.
Kamala is going to reemerge and give another speech. She's going to weigh in on Trump and give her thoughts. Didn't she do that in November? Nobody agreed with her?
Yeah. They want
Do they do the drinking game with her? How many times she lasts, you have to take a shot?
Oh, it's got to be.
You know, kind of like the Bob Newhart thing that they used to do. Just asking. Big Lots is going to reopen 132 stores. They've got new management. That's good. Some more jobs in communities that need stores like this in their communities. 132 coming back across America there. Ooh, we got a woman on trial. If you can't get along with your spouse or your in-laws, it's probably best to go your separate ways. You just never see them again. We've got a woman on trial that's charged with murdering her ex-husband's relatives. She poisoned them with mushroom. That was a casserole you should have skipped.
Yeah.
It was in Australia is where that happened. My, oh, my, oh, my. Now, here's some good news for Mississippians. We're living longer. Did y'all realize that? Study is out. Life expectancy for Southern women has gone up. Let me get down here. Mississippi made this, just to give you some numbers here. This is going to be women born after 1900. West Virginia, it was up to 75.3 years from 74.3. So you get an extra year there. That's the study over the last 100 years. As you look at Oklahoma, they're down 76. They've lost a little bit there, 76.7. And Kentucky, they're up to 76 and a half years old from 74 and a half. Mississippi, here's what we got for the women. Your life expectancy, well, that's a tough word to get out some days, 76.6 years compared to 73.2 back in 1900. So over the last 100 years, we've gone up. Now, men, this is pretty impressive. It was at 62 years old, 62.3 was the life expectancy of a man in Mississippi. Now is up to 71. She's nagging you, and she will not let you die, is what that's all about. You got to mow the grass, take the trash out. That's good news, though, that you get to live a little bit longer as we look at some of these statistics there. Let's see what else. This happened in Alabama. Let me find the exact, what was this? Macon County, near Tuskegee, near Auburn, right along in there. You're going down the interstate. What do you see? A kangaroo. It got loose, caused a bad accident. It was a petting zoo, and it just hopped away.
Left potato.
It was really, it took several people with this to help get the kangaroo back into custody, and he did, and he went back to the farm. And the people that had it, that were doing this as they have not returned any phone calls to any media. I would imagine not.
Yeah.
A little accident, and it's just best not to open your mouth, isn't it?
Their attorney said, be quiet.
The attorney says be hard to reach. That's most likely what happened. On the way, we're going to look at that forecast again. You're waking up to right now some fog and 66 as we've got sunshine coming a little bit later. We'll be right back with your forecast.
Celebrating our 7th anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to share the beautiful colors of spring with you. Beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, ferns, shrubs, and fruit trees to help you enjoy the season. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch, soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts, candles, gourmet food items, flags, wind chimes, planters, fountains, custom wreaths, and so much more. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Welcome back as we get this. Let's get into this forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Those record highs and record lows. It was 1987, record high of 92 today, back in 65. I don't know where the plus come from in that, but it's okay. It was 39 degrees back in 65 on this date. Now, as we move to today, we're going to be expecting somewhere around 88 is what we'll look at. Here we go, 88 today. 87 in Columbus as we go down the river. We'll start out at 85 and stay that way to about Natchez there. Brookhaven, coming in at 86. We should see 87 across Demopolis, Birmingham, 85 in those areas there. Montgomery, a little warmer with 87, similar to Meridian. Now, dense fog. Now, they've moved this line now, since this came out earlier this morning, to take it Lauderdale, Newton County, and all the way back to Scott County. So y'all be careful in those areas there. Got a lot of fog, so be careful. That's going to last until 10 a.m. now. We have a severe weather threat coming in on Sunday is what this is, and that is wrong. For some reason, I put the wrong one. But we have a severe weather threat of a level 1 coming in on Sunday. We'll keep you updated on that as that approaches. It's a level 1 at this point. They're looking at mostly hail and rain of that nature. Now, as we look at our temperatures, here's what we've got today. Warmer weather across the south, but the extreme is all the way north of us, so we're okay. We're kind of par for the course. We do have some cooler weather back toward California, New Mexico, and those areas. As we look at those highs for today, here we are, 87. Tonight's low around 66. Tomorrow, rain moving back into the forecast with a 60% chance, and then we'll up that chance on Friday to an 80% chance. Now, we're not out of the woods yet on Saturday, but there is a 40% chance of rain still lingering for the forecast on Saturday. We'll break that down for you as we get ready for all the events that are going to happen. By Sunday, we're down to a 10% chance, and Monday, 81, 84. Not bad at all. Saturday, though, we'll get to 78 there. As we look in advance to May the 14th, we're going to stay in those mid to low 80s there. We do have a 79 day showing up there, but I can clearly expect that to make it to 80. We'll get back to 87 about mid-month there as we'll head toward those 9s. Now, before long, they'll be in the forecast, won't it? As we look at our fishing forecast, here's what we've got today from J&J Auto Sales. Major times to fish today are going to be around 3 o'clock this afternoon, 3 until 5. We've got a minor time to fish today at 11 to noon if you're out and about. Sunrise happened at 6:08 a few minutes ago. And look at this. We're keeping daylight until 7:35. Not bad at all. I like that. That's the way it is. Again, we've got a lot coming up. As we get this day. Let's see here. We got a scam going on there? I think we do. We'll look at that and figure that one out. Anyway, we'll be right back. We're going to be back at the top of the hour there to bring you the local headlines, what's going on throughout the communities. All that's on the way. We're about 3 minutes away from coming back live. Join us, won't you? We'll be here with the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.